Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Moonriver. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, if you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that so you have more context. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, without further ado, let's jump straight into the TA. So as you can see, Moonriver has lost the 2.414 Fibonacci level that I had here. So technically, we can just remove this fib because it's invalid. Well, it's not invalid. It's just that we're very, very low in terms of these levels. Although I do want to say the 1.618 level and the 0.618 level, those levels did play out pretty well, but for now we're going to get rid of this Fibonacci retracement and we're going to set up a new one. Now the new one is going to have the swing high here in November and the swing low in October. And we're just going to see what our potential 1.618 target to the downside is. So we have our extension levels, as you can see, and the 1.618 target in this case is at $7.24.5. So as soon as we started losing the first fib level at $9.06, this 1.618 target became our technical target. So for now, this is what I'm expecting us to hit, because some other exchange may go out of business in the next couple of weeks. No one knows. So Bitcoin may drop back down to $13,000, $12,000. And if that does happen, altcoins are going to continue bleeding, and Moonriver can obviously go even lower than the 1.618 target here. We can even come down as low as the second fib level, which is at $6.31. Now, obviously, you know me. When we start dropping, I start dollar cost averaging. So I did buy a ton of Moonriver in this area, and I'm still dollar cost averaging. I want to get a nice round number of tokens, and I'm sending those straight into my Nova wallet for staking. And yeah, Moonriver is a great asset to acquire right now, because some altcoins are still, above their August high, or not August high, but they're above their June low, I should say, actually. So they printed the low and they started retracing. And as you can see, Matic came back down, but some altcoins continued on, right? And they didn't stop, and they're sitting somewhere here. And that means that that token is right now more expensive than Moonriver, not only by market cap or the price, which really is irrelevant, the price that is, but the fact that it has retraced so much that it's very cheap, and right now it's one of the best opportunities you have to invest into Moonriver. And it's a great project, and I do think that we may be seeing previous all-time high prices sometime in the next bull market. We may even go higher than that. No one knows, but the supply isn't that big, right? So if we do see a lot of demand for the token, then we can obviously, come up to $200, $300, $400. And for anyone buying at these prices and staking in the meantime, this is going to be an incredible investment. Now let's switch over to the daily RSI here and see what's up. So as you can see, the red trend line hasn't been retested yet. And that's what I was looking for. I was talking about this red trend line for quite a while, and as you can see, we went as low, almost as low as the trend line, but we did not actually retest it as support. But yet we did have the bounce to the upside. So still, I would be targeting this red trend line. And as you can see, we're continuously printing higher highs or higher lows, I should say. So you do have this, and you do have this low. So essentially, but you didn't create a higher high here, right? Because you created a lower high. So essentially, this creates some sort of a triangular pattern here. And you're going to be going into the apex, and sometime, maybe, what's that going to be? February, January? Yeah. So in that time period, you may break out. And that's if you stay within the realms of this this triangle here, this imaginary triangle for us. But for now, I wouldn't be worried about that. I would just be dollar cost averaging, because these prices are very cheap. And once Moonriver is back at $200, let's say, next year, same time, $200 per token, people are going to be begging for the price to go to $10, because they want to buy everything. They want to buy everything, at these prices. However, they don't want to buy it when the token is actually at those prices. So once the token increases in price or appreciates in price, that's when they want to get into the token, but they're going to say, well, I'm going to buy only if it comes back down to $10,000. That's the exact same people that were saying that they're going to buy Bitcoin at $20,000 if it comes back to that, when Bitcoin was sitting at $69,000. So it's the same mentality, and I'm not saying that they needed to buy Bitcoin at $69,000. Obviously, that was a stupid decision, but it's the fact that they keep pushing down their buy price. Inevitably, they're going to miss the bottom, miss this opportunity, and they're going to come back to the markets, and they're going to see that Moonriver is already sitting at, let's say, $100. And they're going to be like, well, I'm going to wait for a retracement, and then we're going to enter the bull market, and there's going to be no retracement. And they're going to be like, well, I guess I'm going to have to wait for the next bear market. And that's how it goes. So I'm not saying that you have to buy at all times and buy every single price. No. But these are the prices that I think you should be buying if you want to have a good position in Moonriver, and you wanna be wealthy, right? If you want to build wealth with good cryptocurrency projects, then Moonriver is obviously one of those. Obviously, there is no guarantee that this is going to succeed, as this is technically a low cap gem because the market cap is below $100 million, I think. But for me, this is one of those projects that I like, and I'm buying into that project. Obviously, I'm not putting insane amounts because I do want to diversify and I do want to be safe, and I want to secure my assets in mostly higher cap altcoins. But Moonriver is definitely something that you can make a lot of money with. So keep that in mind, and let's switch over to the Binance website. So jumping into the Binance website, a bit of a different setup here. So we did lose our support block from $10.70 to $9.90. We did lose that, which is quite negative in terms of our price action going to the upside, obviously, but this is a great buying opportunity. And you can see that if we start a relief rally, you may run into the 20 EMA, or you may retest this previous support block as resistance altogether and then continue on back down from there. So potentially you could be looking at a nice swing trade here, but I'm not swing trading. I'm not, that risky, because I don't want to try to swing trade, sell at this price here, and then we start pumping and pumping and pumping. I've done that before. I've learned my mistake. So this is not one of the projects that I'm swing trading right now. Obviously, if you set up a sell order like 80% from here, and you see a pump and just like this large wick here, you can sell at this wick, obviously. Let's see what that was. Let me just zoom in a little bit so you can see the wick a little bit better. So this wick was a 23% wick. We opened the candle at $7. Actually, that was a nice 40% wick. So obviously, if you have these sort of wicks and you are able to sell at the top, somewhere near the top of the wick, then yes, you're more safe with that trade, obviously, than just having a sell order 10% from where your price is currently at. It's just too risky. I don't want to do that, so I avoid those situations for now, and I'm simply staking, like I said. Also, major resistance level for us at $12. Keep an eye on that for future, because we are going to be coming back to that level sooner or later, and that is going to be an important one for us to break. Now, if I actually, you can see that we are potentially printing some sort of a pennant here, because it looks like we're not breaking out of it as of right now, but we are in between this resistance and in between this support trend line. So potentially right now, what you could expect is a break to the downside here for Moonriver, potentially, because a bear pennant is usually met with a break to the downside, and usually you just measure the pole of the move and you place it at the potential point of breakout, and that would give us potentially $5.72, but we're not going to expect that for now unless Bitcoin does something drastic. And if we start losing this, I would just start dollar cost averaging gradually through the dip, right? Because you're never going to catch the bottom, but you always want to have some funds left, because you never know where the bottom actually is going to be. And we also had a very nice double top pattern playing out here. So this double top pattern was these two highs here. So that was your double top, and you had your neckline there. And what you did is you lost the neckline over here, and that is going to be a nice pattern for us. So what I did is I took a trend line from the top of the top, or basically from the double top to the neckline down here, the low October 15th, and I placed the trend line where we broke the neckline, and that gave us the target at $8 basically. And that target was met perfectly, as you can see, like from that neckline. That was a perfect target there. And I didn't notice this pattern earlier because I didn't actually. I may have done an update near that time, but I didn't notice this pattern, unfortunately. So if I did, I would have given you this potential target for a nice swing trade. But yeah, let's see what goes with FTX. If there are any news coming out potentially that could dump the markets, be ready for that, because during these bear market times, the events occur in such a way that they try to squeeze every last crypto out of you, every last penny, because they want you to sell everything at a loss. They want you out of the markets, but they want you back in the markets when Bitcoin is back at $50,000-$60,000. That's when they want you to come back, buy into Bitcoin and your favorite shitcoins, and then you're gonna lose all your money again. That's just the mentality behind these pumps and dumps. So I hope you don't get scared by any of these dumps. I personally, I'm not scared, as you can tell. I'm simply buying and dollar cost averaging, and yeah, obviously. Let's try to help each other. Let's try to be useful and stay safe. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.